This is, I would say, my favorite sports bra that Oner has currently that does really make the glutes look amazing. People will be barking at you in these pants. They're not bad, but they're not good either. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Kelly Matthews. Thank you for joining me. Today's video is going to be what I'm calling the Oner Active Starter Kit. So I thought it would be really helpful to walk you guys through the performance range. So leggings, shorts, sports bras for all of the lines or collections that we have at Oner Active. I've been an athlete for 3 years now, since 2022. So much has happened since I joined the brand, so much expansion, new things, and I think sometimes that can come with a little analysis paralysis when you're trying to figure out what would suit you the best. And that's my goal for this video, is that you come out the other side kind of understanding what each collection is, what each fabric feels like, fits like, and what you can expect when you're shopping. Without further ado, let's get into it. We're gonna start with what I consider to be the OG. It wasn't technically the first Oner Active collection, but it's what got me into Oner Active, so that's where we're gonna start. We're gonna start with Effortless. If you know Oner Active, you likely know Effortless. This has been the signature legging for as long as I can remember, and it's defined by its seamless design. It is a seamless legging. It does have a scrunch bum in the back. It's stretchy, it's really buttery smooth and moldable. The glute accentuation is part of the DNA of this product, along with, you know, this kind of cinches you in the waist, and then we have that reinforced waistband. So what this is gonna feel like is it's gonna kind of cinch you in at the waist, depending on what size you go with. So if you do not like to feel compressed in your tummy, which some people just don't like that feeling, you're gonna wanna size up a little bit, and that shouldn't be a problem for the rest of the legging because it's super stretchy and moldable. But if you like compression, I would go true to size or size down. I size down on almost all of my leggings because I do like them to be pretty compressive and tight, and I have pretty narrow hips. So we have our scrunch bum, you have the glute details, you have the reinforced waistband, and they do come in regular, short, and then longs as well for my tall girls. These are the Effortless shorts. This is probably my most worn product since I've been with Oner Active. This is vintage purple. I do believe this color is in stock, but all the same details as the leggings, obviously just in a short form. When it comes to being squat proof, the Effortless legging is not guaranteed to be squat proof. The darker colors will almost certainly be squat proof most of the time. The lighter colors, not so much, okay? So you can pretty much be sure that if you're getting a darker color in the range that you'll be good to go. With the lighter colors, you just have to make sure you're either wearing skin colored underwear, like seamless skin colored underwear, or no underwear at all. I don't really worry about it. It's never been an issue for me. I just, you know, will tend to stay away from the super duper light colors, like the petal pink or like lemon yellows, when I'm maybe doing like RDLs or 45-degree hip extension, stuff like that. But Effortless is built for performance. So these are your gym leggings, gym shorts, and they're kind of built for the gym baddie. Not everybody is gonna want a scrunch bum, but if you do, I think this is like the best scrunch bum legging and short in the business right now. They are high-waisted. The waistband is gonna come up, depending on the length of your torso, pretty high above the belly button. You'll notice that I tend to fold it over. I don't think that looks bad. People always ask about it. I just prefer it. It gives me even a little bit more compression, and I just think it like sits really nice on my hips that way. So I tend to just fold them over when they feel a little bit too high. When it comes to the feel of them, sometimes the dye can change the feel of the legging or the shorts, and it's never going to be 100% consistent across the board. So one color might feel a little bit tighter, a little less stretchy, while another color might feel, you know, more stretchy and a little bit softer. But they've really over time improved the uniformity of that. So it is a lot closer now, but you will still notice just a little bit of variation there. So just keep that in mind when you're buying. So we have Effortless leggings, Effortless shorts, and then this is our Effortless Racerback sports bra. I like this one. I wouldn't say it's my absolute favorite sports bra. I don't reach for it all the time, but it's really good for like higher impact stuff. I have obviously a small chest, so I don't really have to worry about high coverage or, you know, high support. So I usually stick to the low support ones, but this one's great. It's racer back, it's super comfortable, it's cute, it's like V-neck. And I believe this is the only Effortless sports bra that we have in the range right now. So that is Effortless. Hopefully that is most of what you need to know when it comes to sizing, how it feels, how it's gonna fit, and what it works best for. So like gym, high intensity, I wouldn't necessarily recommend it for like running. I would say most people probably tend to get a running short instead of like a legging or a gym short for running anyways. That's probably the only activity that I wouldn't recommend using Effortless for. Having something up your butt when you're running, not my favorite. Up next, we have our girl Unified. So we have regular high-waisted Unified, and then we also have Unified Wrap. So we'll start with the regular high-waisted Unified. Unified is also a performance fabric. This is a cut and sew legging and short. It is not seamless like Effortless. It's definitely gonna be thicker and it's a little bit more technical, I would say. So this feels closer to like your more like OG workout leggings. They're not gonna have the scrunch bum in the back, but they do have these seams that flatter your glutes really, really nicely. They don't go straight across and make your butt look like it's square. It still looks really nice and round. And honestly, in my opinion, to make all of your leggings like sit really well, you should be giving yourself just a little bit of a wedgie. That's what I do with all my leggings. I just like pull them up just to make sure that my glutes have plenty of fabric and that seam just goes a little bit up your butt crack just to make your glutes separate. So they look like separate entities. And these do that incredibly well. They're very, very flattering for not having a true scrunch bum. So they're gonna look incredible for really any activity that you wanna do. These have like the double seams and they don't have the wrap in the front. So they're gonna be nice and flat. They have a mesh panel reinforced on the inside to help prevent them from slipping, which is wonderful. These things do not budge and they are squat proof. Where Effortless fails at squat proofness, Unified comes through. They are going to be squat proof across the board. Same thing goes for your Unified high-waisted shorts. This is the color Coal. Those leggings are ash gray. Just so you guys know, I believe both of those are always in stock as far as I know. So same detailing here in the back, glute separation. I size down on Unified, but like I said, it's because I like a lot of compression and because I have narrow hips. And if I go true to size, I get extra fabric in the front. I would say these are really, really true to size. And they are going to give you a good amount of compression in the belly, in like your, uterus area. So just be aware of that when you are purchasing and deciding on your sizing. And with the leggings, they do have a regular short length and the long length. These are gonna be your Unified wrap. So you can see they have the wrap cross detailing in the front. This is just really, really flattering for your waist. It's gonna cinch you in big time. It just creates a little bit of an optical illusion, the way that it sits on your hips. It comes up a little bit higher here, but then the front dips down a little bit. So this is actually a little bit more mid-rise than it is high-rise. So the high-waisted are definitely gonna be up close to where your Effortless are. These are more of like a mid-rise waist, which I also love. And then the seam detailing on the back is exactly the same. The only difference is it doesn't continue up to the front on that top seam. Okay, so that's your wrap. Same thing with the sizing for these. I would say they are true to size. I would not necessarily size down on these unless you want them to be really tight. But also when it comes to these leggings, they are nice and stretchy. They're really, really comfortable. I wouldn't say they are all day wear. They are gym, hybrid, yoga and Pilates, they work well for that too, but they're not gonna be the ones that you wanna wear for 12 hours a day. We'll get to that when we get to soft motion. So these are your wrap leggings. They come in your regular and your longs. These are our wrap shorts. These are actually one of my favorites. These are pump green. These are from last year's birthday, Legendary. I just think this is such a fun color. All the details are gonna be exactly the same on the shorts. I do believe we only have this length. I don't think we have a bike short version of these as far as I know. There is a bike short version of the Effortless, which is like a lot longer. I don't like those. I don't have any of them, but for those of you guys that want longer shorts, the option is there for you. Last but certainly not least, we have our unified wrap flares. These might be, I don't know, in my top 3 for Oner pants. Do not sleep on the unified wrap flares. They are so incredibly flattering. I just think they look good on everybody. The soft motion fabric, when we get into that, while very, very comfortable and I think still incredibly flattering, this just has a little bit more thickness to it. So sometimes when you don't want to feel as exposed, if you know what I mean, these are really good because they're a little bit thicker. They kind of smooth you out. These are actually kind of a go-to for me when I need a little confidence boost. That's where these come in handy. So unified wrap, these will come in short, regular, and longs. There should be a length out there for you. I wear regular length. I'm 5'7". There's definitely a cat hair on my face. I can feel it. I'm also sweating a little bit. We're doing this outside because it just kind of felt nice. I'm regretting it a little bit because you can hear motorcycles in the background and I'm sweating, but I've committed. So here we are. For unified, oh, oopsies. For unified sports bras, I'm gonna show you my 2 favorites. This is going to be our unified micro bralette. It has a cross in the back. It's low in the front, kind of a V shape. Can't go wrong with this bralette. It's so, so good. The straps are really comfortable for long wear and it's supportive enough for like larger chests, I would say. Maybe not like someone that would need a ton of support, but you know, for my girls that have bigger boobs than me, you should be okay with these. There's also a high neck, I believe, in the unified sports bra that I just don't really buy. So I'm trying to highlight the things that I wear all the time in my content so that you guys can have a good idea. And then my second favorite is going to be this micro bandeau. As you can see, this sort of like narrowing in the back, which makes it a back day moment. It's so minimal in the back. It looks so, so good. There's room for your lats, which is really nice. I think sometimes with a bandeau, feels like your lats are like being squished in there. I think because this dips down, it gives your back space to breathe and it just looks really beautiful. It has a silicone band along the inside to make sure that you don't get too much slipping. It is going to slide down a little bit. That's just the nature of wearing a bandeau without any straps on it. If you're not into this, you don't have the option to put straps on it. This is truly just a bandeau. And if that is not your jam, I will show you like the multi-way EasyLift bandeau that has straps that you can put on it. That's gonna be all for our unified rundown. I am gonna go over Timeless really quick. And I'll tell you why it's gonna be really quick. You probably noticed that we don't have a lot of Timeless drops. That's because Timeless is going to be phased out over time. People definitely love it. There is a part of the community that loves Timeless and I think will always love Timeless. But Chrissy has said in the past that she just feels like we've grown and gotten better, that there are better options. And she just like doesn't love Timeless as a product anymore. And so what's gonna happen is we will actually have our last Timeless drop ever this summer, which is very exciting for our Timeless lovers. It's bittersweet though, because it's going to be the last one. So we'll go over Timeless very quickly. I've brought out just 1 pair of shorts and 1 sports bra to show you. These are gonna be your Timeless shorts. As you can see, the seams are straight across the front and then kind of 2 small seams along the hips. I really like Timeless. It would not be one that I would grab over other pieces, but I definitely wore it when I first started. There was a time and a place for Timeless that I really enjoyed. I feel the same way Chrissy does though, in that I just feel like there are better product options now that I reach for over Timeless. And when it comes to fabric, Timeless is gonna be somewhere between soft motion and unified. So the outside of it, it doesn't have like that sheen on it the way that unified does. So it doesn't feel performance in the same way. It's not like a technical fabric. Sweating in it is not my favorite, okay? It's not necessarily like super sweat wicking, but would be great for Pilates, yoga, hot girl walks, all of that stuff. It's a cut and sew legging and short as well, as you can see by, you know, the way that the seams are. This, I have to give its flowers. This is the Timeless, oh God, this is the Timeless, hang on, I'm finding it, Timeless Strappy Bralette. This is the Timeless Strappy Bralette. I can't believe I forgot that because this is the first Oner Active bra I ever had, and I love her still. I still wear this bra pretty often. It is like spaghetti strap, V-neck, it's the Timeless material. You can either cross it in the back, you can see that it has the adjustable straps. You can arrange the straps really any way you want. You can cross them, you could cross them in front, you can go straight back like a regular bra. Many options with this bra. We love a versatile girl. So this will be another one that drops in some OG colors and then some new colors when we have that final Timeless drop. But those are the only two Timeless pieces I'm gonna go over right now. Since I'm only going over leggings, shorts, and sports bras, those are really the standouts. Anything outside of that is just like not things that I ever wear. I used to maybe go for the square neck once in a while, and I think people like that one. And then the Timeless jacket, but again, we're not covering jackets in this video. So that is Timeless. Really quick before we get into soft motion, I'm gonna talk about a couple more sports bras that I think are like pretty popular and ones that you guys have probably seen me wear. Just to go over these really quick, they're not in any of the collections that I'm going over today. They're kind of their own thing. You guys probably remember the everyday sports bra. We don't see as much of this anymore either. This honestly has always been kind of a whatever sports bra for me specifically. I know a ton of people that love this bra, and I know that it historically has been a bestseller. It has like what I would consider to be thick and supportive strap. It has like a U-shaped neckline. It has pretty comfortable spaghetti straps that come to a little Y in the back. She's pretty cute and flattering on the back. But what I have noticed, especially about me and my girls with smaller boobs, it's just too much fabric for me. But I think that a lot of the girls that have slightly bigger boobs find these to be like pretty comfortable, cute, flattering. But a lot of people that are built like me will fold this band under just because we like it to be a little bit more minimal. But I mean, this has been like a staple bra with Oner Active for a very long time, and she's tried and true. If you love her, you love her. And then the other everyday is gonna be our crossover bralette. So this is your everyday crossover bralette. This is one I used to reach for a lot, not as much anymore, and I'm gonna tell you that it's mostly because these straps are not the most comfortable. They're fine for a short period of time, but for a longer time, they just tend to dig into your traps. It is what it is. That's the name of the game with some sports bras. I like the cross in the back. They come in a lot of awesome colors. More minimal, which I like. This band is thinner. I'm trying to think if there are any sports bras that don't come with cups in them. I'm pretty sure they all come with cups in them, and they are dyed to match. So they're not white, or they are the same color as the sports bra, and they're removable. As you can see, we got purple cups dyed to match in there, which you can take out if you don't want them, and that is the case across the board for all of our sports bras. So the everyday is definitely a performance fabric. This is great for the gym or really any other activity that you wanna do. For this one, I wouldn't recommend a long time wear with these really thin straps. And then our other fabric is gonna be the EasyLift. EasyLift bras are definitely expanding in range. The first one I mentioned is the bandeau. This one has the option for straps that you can do whatever you want with them. They remove on both sides, so you can remove them from the back and the front, so you can crisscross them up any way you want, or entirely take them off if you want it to be a true bandeau. So this one has a lot more options than the original bandeau. I like the unified micro bandeau better. I just think it's more flattering. Like I said, it has more for your lats. The back of this bandeau is straight across. It does not have that cinching in the middle the way that the micro does, which I like better. That's your EasyLift bandeau, multi-way bandeau, I should say. This is our EasyLift Ultra Micro Bralette. This is probably the most minimalist bralette we have in the range right now, which I think will actually change over time. This is what came out with my capsule. I think this is the exact bra that came out with my capsule. This is Oasis Blue, and it's got a plunge in the front. It's almost like a triangle bra, and then it has the straight strap up the middle that comes out into a Y in the back. This has been improved since its inception. Things that have changed. There was originally some gaping in the side. These came out 12 days of gains last year, and there was a lot of trap pain digging with these straps and gaping, especially for the girls with bigger boobs, and they have improved that exponentially. That is no longer a problem. I actually find this to be fairly comfortable. I don't really have a problem with it. I wouldn't wear it all day, but it is comfortable. It's more comfortable than that crossover bralette. So this is a great option for my girls that really like a minimalist bra. Last is another one of my favorites. This is the EasyLift halter bra. This is really a classic halter. I think it's beautiful. It has kind of like more of like a, not square neck, but it comes wider, if you know what I mean. And I find that to be really flattering because it doesn't give you like weird armpit stuff. As with any halter I have ever worn, no matter how comfortable when I initially put it on, if I have it on for long enough, I eventually, you know, I get overstimulated and I have to take it off. That is the case with this halter, okay? It is true to size. It's pretty comfortable. It's great for the gym. The thing with all of this performance stuff, I know most of you guys are not like me where your job is to be in activewear. So I think most of you guys are probably, you know, wearing these to the gym and then you're taking them off when you're done at the gym. That's not always what I'm doing. So that's why I'm talking a little bit more about like all day wear. Because if you are somebody that kind of lives in activewear, you want to know those things. So this is not an all day wear, but incredible for back day. So cute. I just think it really like elevates a gym outfit with the open back and the halter. I just think it's like a little girly, a little cute, but still really strong. Last but certainly not least, we have Soft Motion. I'm wearing head to toe Soft Motion. This is from Pause and Recharge, which by the time this comes out would have dropped on Tuesday, and I hope you guys got everything that you wanted and needed from that drop. Soft Motion is the newest fabric, the newest collection, and there has been a lot of hype and a lot of talk about Soft Motion, specifically the straight leg pants. They are everything that they're chalked up to be, and I know that it's been difficult to get the straight leg pants. They sell out incredibly quickly. And just to give you a little bit of a rundown on that, I know that my like tried and true Oner girls already know because Chrissy has said this many times over, but the stock is bought over a year in advance. And when it comes to a new product, they are conservative with what they buy because they don't know whether it's gonna be popular or not. If you think about it, the straight leg is a little bit of a gamble product. It's like either people are gonna love it or hate it. Straight leg, wide leg leggings have really not been in the mainstream for a long time. So they really didn't know how much people were gonna love them. And now that they do know, obviously future restocks and stocks will be much bigger, and we're getting close to that time, okay? So there will be stock, there will be straight leg pants for you in the future. So let's get started on Soft Motion. Soft Motion is really our like non-performance legging fabric. So it is definitely a little bit more aimed toward recovery and wearing outside of the gym, but I truly think it is wearable for the gym depending on what you're doing, okay? If you're doing CrossFit or you're doing a super high intensity workout, it might not be the one that you reach for. I really love the Soft Motion shorts. I wear them for sprinting. I wear them when I have my period and I don't want to be like restricted. They're so comfortable. And once you start sweating, like once I start sweating a little bit, Soft Motion does not budge on me. But a couple updates that are coming with Soft Motion with Pause and Recharge. Number one is gonna be the mesh reinforcement on these, like with Unified. It's not gonna feel the same, but the idea is the same to help keep the waistband from slipping. So that's a change. The second thing is gonna be the black that you're seeing with Soft Motion. We had soft black for all of the initial drops, which as you can see is a soft black. It's a more muted black, not a true black. It wouldn't match our other products. if you were to wear Effortless and Soft Motion together, they would be two different blacks. With Pause and Recharge, the black that is coming for that capsule, from then on out, it's going to be a true black. So all of your previous ones are gonna be just a little bit more muted, lighter, almost a little grayer than what the black is that's coming in Pause and Recharge, and then so on after that. So those are the two main changes happening with Soft Motion. And with that, we'll start with the sports bra. So this is the Soft Motion sports bra, straight up. So it is defined by its racer back in the back. All of the branding with Soft Motion, super simple, stitched Oner. It's meant to be very clean, very streamlined, and it is. It looks beautiful. So there's a little V-neck detail in the front. It's a racer back. It is super comfortable. As with all the other sports bras, it comes with cups. You can take them out. I love this for really anything, but my favorite is the bralette. So this is the Soft Motion bralette. Sports bra, bralette. As you can see, the back is scooped in the back, has the Oner branding. As is, it's, I would say, like a V-neck. You can twist it, which I'm sure you guys have seen all the Oner girls doing recently. You can twist it and it makes it a twist front, which is so cute. I almost exclusively wear it like that. I've even seen one of the girls wear it backwards for like an ultra minimalistic look. It's very, I mean, nip slip is imminent, but if you like that, then you can turn it around. So this is, I would say, my favorite sports bra that Oner has currently. I always, always, always reach for this. It's comfortable, it's flattering, it's cute. This is great for all day wear. And I would say if you want something that is comfortable on your body that feels like a second skin, Soft Motion is gonna be your girl. Our last sports bra is gonna be the high neck. I really love this one too. I hope that in the next few drops, I have the opportunity to get this sports bra in a few more colors. It's high neck. It's like pretty high up here. My beef with some of the high neck sports bras is they're like low too, and they look like a crop top. I don't like that. I want it to look like a sports bra. So this accomplishes that. And then it has a nice open back in the back. And I wore this yesterday, so I have not washed it yet. There are some laundry snafus in here. This is the first one. I'll tell you the second one in a little bit. I have not washed this yet, but she's the only one I have, and it has a really beautiful open back. This is our Soft Motion short sleeve crop. It has that same backless detail. So it has the strap that goes straight across, and then it's really open in this kind of like upside down U shape. The branding is right at the top. I would call this closer to like a cap sleeve. So it's not a full sleeve. It just comes right over the shoulder. And this does not come with pads in it. This is not technically a sports bra, it's a top, but this doesn't come with any pads in it, which I really like. I wouldn't want a top with a pad. I don't know, everybody's boobs sit different. I just feel like pads probably would look funny and weird. And this is super cute. It also comes in long sleeve. These are some of your favorites and some of my favorites too. We have the Soft Motion strappy vest. This is the mid vest. So that's what I'm wearing right now. It's just a little bit shorter. I would say it comes just below the rib cage, but it's still plenty long. I think this is great to wear with jeans. It can go with anything. It's such a great basic tank top. I wear these all the time. This is ruby red, this is espresso brown. These are the two new colors. So that is the mid. And then we also have the full length. So just a little bit longer, it'll come down to the hip. The newer tank tops, they added just a little bit of length to the strap to make them more comfortable and also to prevent the straps from twisting because they're just a little bit too short. These newer ones are slightly more comfortable than the original drop. These are so, so popular. You guys love these. These have pads, they're removable, and again, mid and full length options. Let's get into the bottoms. I'm gonna start simple and then we'll get to your real favorites, the fun ones. First, we have your Soft Motion legging, although not the most exciting, something we all need in our wardrobe. This I would compare to an Align legging from Lululemon. It is softer, it's more comfortable, it's more flattering, but if you need to compare it to something, that's what I would compare it to. I think these are, I'm not just saying this, you guys, I used to wear Lululemon all the time, no shade, okay? I like their product, I think they make good stuff, and I used to buy it at the price point that they sell it at, and I thought that that was whatever. I didn't know anything better. The quality and the way these feel and the way they fit is just head and shoulders better at a way better price point. I don't really talk about price that much because it's not the most important thing to me, but I think Soft Motion is so well priced. But anyways, these are the leggings. They come in either 2 or 3 lengths. I will confirm that, but they at least come in regular and longs. If not, they might come in short, regular, and long. They're so soft. They're obviously tapered like a regular legging. When it comes to the seams, similar to Unified in the back, it's not gonna be a straight across seam. It's gonna be a little bit of a dip, a V shape that does really make the glutes look amazing. People will be barking at you in these pants, even in the regular leggings. So these, I would say, I don't reach for as much only because I love the straight leg, I love the flare, I love the ones that we're gonna get to. But if you're a true legging girl, yoga, Pilates, walks, the regular legging is fantastic. This is Alpine Green. And then we have the Soft Motion short. These are one of my favorite things in my wardrobe right now. There is nothing more comfortable and cute and flattering that you're gonna throw on than these shorts when it comes to like going out on a walk, running errands, whatever. These are perfect. I think they're the perfect length. The glute seam is super flattering. They're pretty squat proof. So even like these lighter colors, I would say like this blue in the pants, not as squat proof, but these in the shorts are, I think they're fine. I don't really worry about it. So just wear light colored underwear and don't worry about it. These come in 2 lengths. You have your 6-inch, which are these, which I would say are like your standard short. And then you also have an 8-inch, which would be more like a bike short. So they'll be longer than this if you like a longer short. What I think is an unsung hero in this collection is the flares. The Soft Motion gets all of the attention, all of the clout for a good reason, but I think the flares are really, really underappreciated. And the only difference between them and the straight leg, obviously, is that they're gonna be tight in the thigh and then they're gonna be flared basically at the knee down, whereas the straight leg is kind of meant to be a little bit looser on the thigh. They're not loose on my thighs, but they might be loose on yours. You see the people that like look crazy in them, like Mia or like some of the other girls, because they have slightly thinner legs and just like juicy glutes. It just comes straight down from their glute, so it looks incredible. That's not how they fit me. So I really enjoy the flares and reach for the flares just as much as I do the straight leg, sometimes more, I would say. So these are the flare. They come in 3 lengths, short, regular, and long. These are our darlings, our straight leg. The way that they fit is fitted in the hips and probably like the top of your thighs, and then they're meant to be straight down from there. So you won't have any tightness around your knees or like the bottom of your thighs. They are so flattering, they're so comfortable. The lengths have been adjusted since the first drop. All of the lengths, I wanna say, have gotten a little bit longer. So short has gotten a little bit longer, regular and long. And I know that some of our tall girls are pushing to either make an extra long or make the long even a little bit longer. It's a little bit tough because obviously there are 3 lengths for, you know, how many different leg lengths we have in this world. It's not gonna fit everybody perfectly, but what I do is I just adjust the shoes that I wear. With the regular length, I have to wear pretty flat shoes for them to fit the way that I want. I wear a regular length in everything. I'm 5'7" and I have fairly short legs for my frame. So I would say for the shorts, if you're like 5'5" and under, I would go for short, or maybe 5'4" and under. 5'5" to 5'7" or 8, depending on the length of your legs, I would go with regular, and then my taller girls obviously go with the longs. We know her, we love her. There's more of her coming, I promise. All right, let's get into some new ones. So the other laundry snafu I have is that I only have 1 pair of the fold over leggings or pants, and they are in the washing machine as we speak. But I'm putting photos and, you know, stuff up from the website alongside this video, so you'll be able to see them, and I have videos of me in them. So I don't have them physically, but I do have the fold over shorts. So let's take these off so we can get a better look. So when they're unfurled, they are obviously quite long. And to be honest with you, I think that these could work really well as a maternity situation. So instead of, you could fold them down and kind of wear them under the belly. If you wanted to have them over the belly, you could pull them up. Obviously not their main function, but I just think that's a good note to have. So they're gonna fold over, and these will be more mid to, I would say, low rise if you pull them down low enough. I would consider low rise to be like below my belly button, and when I wear them, they are below my belly button. I didn't think I was gonna like these. I love them. I knew I was gonna like the pants. I didn't know if I was gonna like the shorts, but I freaking love these. I got my first pair from the last drop. I bought them myself because I didn't get any in my package from Oner. So I bought them with my own money and I'm obsessed with them. So these are in the ruby red. These only come in one length. So the shorts are just gonna be in that one inseam length. And you have the simple Oner branding on the back. That's the only spot. When it's folded over, that's when you'll see it. These move around. These are not meant for the gym. It doesn't mean you can't wear them in the gym, but having the expectation that these are gonna stay in place while you're squatting, lunging, doing any of those things is totally unrealistic. That's not what they're meant for. But if you see me wearing them in the gym, it's because I just really like the way that they look and I don't mind adjusting them as I go. So, and the same rules apply for the fold over leggings. So the leggings I really wore for I worn them for a couple upper body days and then outside of the gym. They're really cute. Sizing wise for soft motion bottoms, true to size is what I would recommend across the board. There was a little while where I was ordering extra smalls and I think will order extra smalls in the shorts. I think for the regular soft motion straight legs and the foldovers, going size down, it doesn't make them fall the way that I want to, specifically the straight legs. Like I mentioned, them being like tighter around the thighs just isn't the look that I want. I want them to be looser if I'm wearing the straight leg. If I want them to be tighter on the thigh, I'll wear the flares. So I usually will wear a size small in these. These are smalls. All of my straight leg pants are smalls in the foldovers, and then the shorts I wear an extra small, and the leggings I wear an extra small. And that mesh panel is gonna be across the board other than the foldovers for obvious reasons. Last, okay, we've arrived at our last item and likely our most controversial item. These are our capris, soft motion capris. Sound off in the comments, what do we think of them? I don't think I can do it. I took a photo in them yesterday and I was just like, they're not bad, but they're not good either. I have too much, my millennial experiences live too deep in my soul to be wearing capris. I did the foldovers. I've done so many trends that I didn't think I would ever do again. I do think I maybe draw the line at capris. I would wear these. Also, my question, what shoes? What shoes are we wearing with these? I don't fucking know. I put a sneaker on, I was like, oh no. Because I think what you would have to do if you were gonna wear sneakers is you would have to wear like really slouchy, sort of like 80s style socks, almost like leg warmers. I think that looks kind of cute, but not on me. My calves are they're too much for that. With a flip flop, I thought they were pretty cute. They do come in two lengths, so they come in regular short and then long, so that our long-legged girls don't have Bermuda shorts on. They have them in a long length to make sure that they go over your knees and that they suit you correctly. But all the same things that we love about soft motion, the seam. If you are into the capri look, my Gen Z girlies, I'm sure you probably love these, and maybe I will grow to love them the way that you do. Chrissy was like, show me the back, I need to see the back. And I was like, I just don't think these are gonna be a staple for me, but I don't know, I might eat my words. Okay, y'all, thank you so much for sticking with me through that. I really hope that this is helpful and that this is a great starter kit for you to maybe jump into Oner Active for the first time. And you know, this is something that can just like live on my page as a reference for people. And just very quickly, I'm gonna give you kind of like my sizing, and I don't know my measurements in terms of like, you know, my waist, my hips, how long my legs are, anything like that. Just in terms of the sizing that I default to with Oner Active and just like the things I know about my body. When it comes to sports bras and tops, I am typically a small across the board. And I would say that most of the Oner Active sports bras and tops are true to size. When it comes to bottoms, Effortless and Unified, I almost always go with extra small. Effortless, always an extra small. Unified, I could do extra small or small, but I prefer extra small because I like it to be tight and cinched. Soft motion, I would say that the shorts and the regular leggings, the tapered leggings, extra small, and then any of the other pants or the foldovers, I'm doing a small. I am about 160 pounds. I fluctuate between probably 155 and 160 throughout the month. And I am 5'7". Hopefully those are all really helpful pieces of information for you guys. I hope you learned something new about Oner Active and that it can help you just navigate your buying process a little bit easier going forward. And that's it for today. So have a great day. If you do not subscribe to my channel yet, please go ahead and do so. You can also find me on Instagram and TikTok at Kelly L. Matthews, and I'll see you all next time.